Greetings. I just want to show you what I'm doing here. So you might have heard me talking about lighting candles for everyone, and I do every day, several times a day. This is my little sacred space that I light candles around. And I wanted to tell you how you do this magic, how you make this magic and real. So some of the rules of magic is that, I'm sorry I'm a bit breathless, but it's important that I share with you this information. Whew. So I have a crystal in here, which is called an obelisk, which is basically a shape. The bottom of it's flat, and it has, the sides have been squared off. It's not usually a naturally formed crystal. It can be in a different colour or a different type of stone. Sometimes they call them generators. They've got the flat bottom and a long piece on them. They're obelisks, and they're obelisks you will see also in the cemeteries. And if you think of them sort of like a monument to somebody who's passed on, you would see, and then you also see them, the shape, a tall, long, spiked, triangle-y top. In cities, you'll see it, big ones. And what it is in magic, it's a representation of a phallus. And the point, literally, of it is to impregnate the air around it, or the womb that is here. And that's why I have candles here instead of something else, because you want the womb, you want the area that you're affecting this. I'm affecting this space. I'm impregnating this space with my love by putting my love into this particular stone, and then asking, and the shape of the stone, and then activating it by squeezing it or pressing on it. And if you can do it, like, imagine yourself doing a sneeze, but don't wait till you sneeze. It's actually called a pulsed breath. Technically it's called a pulsed nasal breath, but I refer to it as a sneeze because when you're breathing, you got to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. But when you're breathing in through your nose, you're just breathing in love, love, love. Like, if you can be in a loving thing, so you're giving your puppy a cuddle, take that thought, that image, that feeling, and push it into the crystal with your mind, and that sneeze, the pulsed nasal breath. When you're breathing in, it's that feeling, that image, whatever it is you have in your mind and in your heart while you're breathing in, is what comes into this crystal. So if you're distracted, it's not going to work so well. You need to be very and this would only take a couple of minutes to set up and actually do, but your heart and your mind needs to be in it. So if you find that you're breathing in these good feelings and then a negative comes in, you can just release and breathe out through your mouth and release it, so that you don't accidentally manifest something that's dark. There's way enough darkness. So this one I put in love, universal peace, of course, protection, joy, freedom, liberation, knowledge, the release, for us to be released from the 3D matrix, And it is working. And we do have a thing called a circle of light that's going on around the world at the moment, where all you need is just a candle, and to light your candle to join the circle of light. So, so mote it be. It's that simple. I do things in threes, and I've put a fourth candle there, but that's for another. Well, that would be another video where I've got 4 candles. But light your 3 candles, and you to spin around is also good, and you can spin around like I'm doing with my hand here, but it'd be really good if I spun myself around 3 times, breathing in through my nose, thinking about, love, peace, protection, whatever it is that you're wanting. And when I finished turning the 3rd time, thrice, then I would release that pulse breath onto the crystal, and that actually spins your own chakras and your own, spinning yourself like little kids do. It spins your own chakras, and you don't have to be going hard like a belly dancer. You can go, just do a small circle in steps, so you're not spinning around, and you'll still feel it. If you spin around, if you turn yourself 3 times, even slowly, when you stop to focus, to pulse your breath onto the crystal, to impregnate it and this space with that energy that you've got, that's what you want to do, because you want to do that because cells react to their environment. And so we're made up of cells. So we want our bodies, our cells in our bodies, to react to an environment that is empowering, that is uplifting, that pushes us into our higher selves, that gives us a bigger perspective, that lets us forgive ourselves, to see that we have done things that are not so good, and forgive ourselves for it, and love and be kind to ourselves. Give yourself a pat on the back because you've done really well. Someone else isn't necessarily going to come and give it to you. You need to do it for yourself. And that's what this is. This is magic to empower myself and to share my love and my compassion and my wishes for universal peace and liberation, and that to the entire world. And it's like levels. You can go from a level of just lighting 1 tea light candle. That's wonderful to add to the circle of light. Absolutely wonderful. Even just you thinking about it helps. If you don't have an actual candle, you imagine it, and that's like working in the 4th dimension. These things is, once you sort of know the basics, it's really kind of just common sense, and it's always sort of like been right in front of you, your face, So it's not terribly difficult. I think people maybe just have obscured it and made it seem like it's an evil or a dark thing, this type of magic, but it's really, really not. It's really the light, and it's really helpful to have focusing my intentions on a crystal to purposely impregnate this space, this air, this water that's in the atmosphere here, and may it radiate out and into my entire town. And then the next town, someone's lit a candle for the circle of light, and we merge, and we literally light up the world, and infusing the space around us with love and kindness and forgiveness. And we need to accept people for the way they are. It's not for us to change them. It's not for us to push our opinions onto them. if you are with people that are resonating against you, that is just taking your mind away from your self-healing and your self-journey. If you are focusing on something that's going around and around, I can tell you that it will go nowhere but into darkness. So bring your thought back to yourself, bring your thought back to your candle and your crystal, and use your favourite crystal. By all means, use your favourite crystal. And you can change it and you can evolve it up as you go. You can add things, whatever you like. I have some more crystals that are, just a couple of dollars from the shop that are pointing towards this little monument. So, and because you will recognise now these things out in the cities and parks and stuff, you'll see that it's an actual thing that does bring the energy of whoever put that there and what they intended on it into that vicinity. But you can also use those monuments as well. You can think, if you've seen something, the essence of a thing, you can look at it in your mind's eye and intend that thing to be impregnating its space with love, with kindness, with forgiveness, with protection, with whatever your thing is. You can use these big monuments and things just as easily as you can use this one. And, they placed them everywhere for us. And there's totally nothing wrong with it. There's no bad energy at all. It's only loving light and bringing peace and hope and love. There's nothing dark about it at all. Don't be frightened. It's how we bring things into the reality, and the reality is pretty obscured at the moment. And I'm sorry to tell you that it's going to get a little bit dark, I believe, for a little bit now. It's just sort of starting. The really, really dark stuff's coming out for us. And it might not be personally, but it's upsetting. Like, obviously there's been a whole heap of crimes against humanity, and they need to be, we need to be told about these things, and then people can be, they can do court things and imprisonment things and whatever, but these things is coming out and they're dark, and it's a bit hard to... It's hard. It's difficult stuff. So don't go looking for it. But just that you're aware that these dark things are happening, and this time more than ever, you really need to be aware of your self-love. And this has not got anything to do with selfishness or vanity. It's just that you need to resonate in your body in a harmony that's good for you, and you have power and control over that, and you must master power and control over that and rise higher. So these little things that come and kick you don't keep coming and kicking you, and they don't keep coming and biting you, because you're not going to give it that reaction and that energy anymore. You're going to give it love energy, because it's sad, pitiful, and dying, horrible things. So I pity you, but go turn to dust. It's not needed anymore. Let it fall away. Let it fall away. And impregnate the world with love and healing and truth. And impregnate yourself with that, because you deserve it. You've really been through a lot. We've all been through a lot. It's just monumental stuff, right? So we're ready. We're ready for this. And we're going to take on the new year with passion and love and freedom and truth. And maybe we may we be manifesting what we want 2023. And I want teleporting like they do on Harry Potter. And I want med beds. And I want all weapons to be turned to roses. So, what do you want for 2023? Let's manifest like an awesome world where we can explore our world. We can teleport and visit our friends all over the world. None of us are hurt anymore because we have the med bed technologies. May we have homemade DIY crystal med beds that work, that regrow limbs. Let's get super adventurous and imaginative and impregnate and create the world that we want. Always I'm sending love to you. Always my heart is with you. Always my heart is with our Mother Earth. And may she be completely regenerated and healed. And so may all of you. And we will get through this. It will be a little rough. But I promise it will pass. Just hold yourself close. Hold your own heart. And believe in yourself and trust in yourself. I love you. Have a most beautiful day. Thank you for listening.